This is System 1, Week 4, the major scale. So for the major scale, I'm going to be playing just out of one position of the major scale, so the one that we learned here. Now the reason I don't move that over top of these chords is I would be, actually if I played that same form, I'd change to the key of D, and I'd change to the key of C. So I'd be playing wrong notes in it. The key of D has 2 sharps, G only has 1. Key of C has no sharps, and again, G has 1. So you're always going to be playing at least one wrong note if you do that. So I'm going to play over this progression that we've practiced the last couple of weeks, which is C, D, A minor, and C. Did I say C at first? G, yeah. All out of the E form, and this is going to be our major scale. Now, there's a couple of caveats on this. So you can play any notes you want, but there's 2 things that I want you to be able to do on this, and these are going to be hugely important, and you'll hear it right away when you go to practice this. It's going to make your brain work really hard, but it's going to start teaching you something very valuable. So the first thing is when you start on the phrase on that G chord, I want you to start on one of the arpeggio notes, and you can really focus especially on the top 4 strings, like that little F chord shape there. It has to start on one of those notes. So I don't want you to start on that note or that note or that note or that note. It's got to be one of these notes here that you start on. Okay, the second thing is when I go, the second chord that I play is this D chord. When you go to the D chord, out of this area here, I want you to, and you're going to see how these really play out, the arpeggios and stuff like that, and how important they are. The very first one we learned was this D chord in the C position. I only want you to play on the D chord arpeggio notes, nothing else. So you're not allowed to play any other major scale notes. So nothing out of the G major scale, just those notes only. Then when you get to the A minor and the C, you can play anything that you want. Doesn't matter what you want. But once you reel back around to G, you've got to start on one of these G notes. And let me play underneath this thing so you can hear it, and I'll just talk through it, and then I'll do a real demo. But this is going to be hugely important for you. It'll make a huge difference. All right, so I'm going to start off on one of the G notes. I'll just start on this first one. Then I'm going to go into the D arpeggio. And then I can do anything I want. Start on one of the G notes. I'll do a real demo now just to see how it actually works, try to make it a little bit more musical. But again, you know, on the G chord, play an arpeggio note. On the D chord, start with an arpeggio note. On the D chord, only arpeggio notes. And then the rest you're free to do whatever you want.